I've got to wind it up. Come on, come on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to today's We Are One meditation. And it's my great pleasure to introduce to those of you that have never met her and those of you that have, it's Petra Elmendorff from Germany who's going to present today's We Are One. Welcome, Petra.
Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome, and welcome everybody else. Just remember, if you lose any sound or picture, you've got your Control R for PCs and Command R for Apples, and a replay will be available shortly after the finish of the presentation. And now it's totally over to Petra.
Hi, you're so funny. Hi, everybody. Nice to be again with you. And tonight's topic, out of many given reasons, is the planet Mercury, the Mercury theme, which is communication, bridges, exploring, inquiring mind. And I like to introduce you a version or a way to help us to work with this energy. And for those of you who have never been with us, first of all, welcome. We can work with the astrological references and the planets as they are just references to energetic information. And I like to introduce a self-help today that is Mercury related from the main central vertical level, meaning like we're working on our central line, and the focus is the bridging. Actually, the topic is bridges. So if you are taking your left hand to your sternum, like I do now, and my right hand, I know you can't see that now, but just place it on the pelvis central. So on your sacral bone, on your sacrum in the back, that's the part of the bone, the flat bone on the pelvis in the back. Oh yeah, thank you, Terry. That's perfect. Super. Yes. And you can just, like Terry showed you, place it very generously. So you just have your whole hand there, and the same is in the front. And as we are holding this, we are energizing the idea, the power of bridges. A bridge, which is one of the Mercury talents or skills to bridge, in a sense of working with polar opposites, working with different sides. You know, I don't know if you remember, but there used to be a communication skill. There used to be, in the emperor times, in culture, in high cultures, we used to brag ourselves about being able to have really very sophisticated discussions where everybody was brilliant and smart, and the winner would be who had the most convincing arguments. This is Mercury. Mercury is the quality of allowing the different sides of life, and there's no judgment. It's a way to approach life without judging, especially when it seems to be extremely contrary. And it is a deep, inquiring and exploring mind, which the focus is to really get the information, to find out the essence of what is said, instead of being busy judging and rejecting it. I think we can all use a dose of that, and allowing bridging in us and around us. And in the way we are holding this main central now is, if I'm touching here, this is something for those of you who have been studying JIN SHIN JYUTSU for a while. If you're not, there's a reference here to this place that vibrates with the planet Mercury on a function of the organ flows. And when I'm touching the back part of the sacrum, I also am placing my hand on a bridge, different bridge though. However, I am catering to the quality of allowing to see both sides. Or you can also say to connect different vibrations. See, in terms of Mercury, Mercury is a messenger and has the skill to bring high different levels of vibrations, different levels of awareness, different levels of point of views together, that each side can benefit from the other. And so if I'm holding the backside of my pelvic girdle, the sacrum bone, this is also where a bridge is happening. A bridge, in this case, it's a bridging between the invisible and the visible. So let's tune into that. And maybe, taking this as an opportunity to think about how am I doing with creating bridges? And how is my communication skill? Not in a sense of how well you speak, but more in a sense of attitudes, approach. Can I be of an open mind? Can I be fresh? Can I allow to hear all the different point of views, as I know that everybody's coming from their best consciousness? So where am I with this? And in JIN SHIN JYUTSU, we relate the Mercury principle of bridging and flowing with the different informations, the different approaches of life, the whole kaleidoscope of possibilities, with the fourth depth Mercury, as it is the flow, and it is ultimately bridging the highest with the lowest, as it is helping us to transform us. This is the power of information, the power of communication, that we are touched. And we are so touched that it does something to us, that it changes our way of thinking, to listen, to hear, and being able to maybe change my mind. Okay, and just feel this. If I'm holding this place in the sternum area, I'm also bridging my personal consciousness, my awareness, to something higher. This is where we have the access, this place here, where we have the access to the divine, whatever word that is for you, for something that is bigger than just my little me, and my awareness that can grasp that, my awareness that can knows this on a very personal level. So here is the bridge between the big, the vastness of space and spirit, to my personal heart, my personal anchor in this, my root. If you want, you can just move a little bit higher with this place here on the chest, just a bit higher. You can go into this little hollow here at the bottom of your neck, of your throat, which is, this is an energy center. It's sometimes called chakra. It's like an energy vortex, and this resonates also with the Mercury principles. And it has a lot to do with talking my truth. Talking my truth. And this is not about shouting my truth or convincing you with my truth or whatever. It is really speaking my truth. There's something about Mercury's neutral way of saying something and placing something that gives space for learning, that gives space for tolerance. And we know from JIN SHIN JYUTSU, if we are opening here, this place here at the throat, it gives you a voice. And having a voice and voicing yourself, voicing your truth, is also something we might want to contemplate about. Am I saying, am I true in my saying? And sometimes we say we swallow, we don't say it, we swallow it, and this can all happen here. So another bridge, a bridge between inside and outside. This is also typical Mercury. It's like I've inside of myself, I have a voice, I have an idea, I want to say something, and outside, and the outside expression of that inner intention is happening here. So again, and you still hold the pelvic girdle in the back. There's something about this place that relates, of course, also to the organs that live here. Just for your, maybe you have a reference here, because the thyroid has a lot to do with this. And, just holding here can harmonize the disharmonies or the discomfort in this area. And when I'm placing even my hand like I just did with, in a very generous way, I'm touching below the clavicle like this. I can touch here. And here is where the two safety angel locks 22 are living. We do have safety angel locks in JIN SHIN JYUTSU. These are energy centers these are intelligences that carry also an information. And there's a lot of message here about tolerance, about accepting as it is before we jump in and judge, before we draw a conclusion, before we project. It's like an openness to let it be and come and touch me and then let it go again. And a tolerance. Also adaptation, and that's also typical Mercury, to be able to adapt, to be flexible, fluid, to have a good reaction, like a liquid mind. If you want, you can now move with your hand in the back a bit higher, just holding the whole lumbar region on the spine. And you can again be generous, just grab your whole lower back, the small of the back, the lumbar region, and stay here in the front. And as we are holding the lumbar region, we are working with Mercury from the 4th depth level. We are working on the 4th depth that relates to kidney and the bladder function, but also to bridging the inner soul reality to decision-making processes on the outside. And again, the truth is the word here. It's like, am I true to myself in terms of the 4 steps? Means, do I walk my talk? Am I living an authentic life? Do I make decisions that are ringing, or they are true to what to the voices inside of myself? Mercury used to be the messenger, the first messenger in the Greek mythology, and he was able to travel between the worlds and with no harm. He could just change shapes. He was a shapeshifter. He was a magician. He could just be in any world he wanted to be, and he was fine. And he found the skills to communicate, to adapt, and be part of. And his flexibility and creativity in communication, he was very famous. And he used to have wings. Sometimes he was drawn with wings at his heels. The swiftness of his mind and his intelligence and the lightness in which he travels. There's something very light-hearted, a light heart, or you can almost say Mercury is traveling light, because it's not about burdening ourselves down with heavy opinions and convictions, but it is the tossing of possibilities, tossing of ideas, creativity, and working on bridging information so solution can come. And there's no fear. See, Mercury is almost mischievous. It's almost like he never fits into anything as well as he fits in everything. Because of his shape-shifting, he can just be everything he wants to. At the same time, you can never catch him. And it helps us to tune into where we want to be, or where our truth is lying. And now I like to even move further up with your hand. I mean, if you feel uncomfortable doing this, in self-help, you can just, you do it with the back of your hand. So as if you would lean against yourself like this. Just go a little bit higher. And now we are touching the area of where the rib cage is ending and the lower back is beginning. So again, in a way, on the spinal cord, it's a bridge. It's a bridge between the thoracic area and the lumbar area. And in this region is where we have at the side of this center line another safety energy lock, which is safety energy lock number 23. This is the safety energy lock of the 4th step. So another Mercury-related energy. And sometimes, the 4th steps as bridge also is teaching us to cross a bridge, leaving something and moving to the other side without necessarily knowing what the other side would be. So the whole theme of crossing a bridge is something I can strongly relate to the 4th depth. Actually, I just remember that I think it's a Greek mythology, that the Mercury is still the boatsman that carries the souls when they have been passing away from the land of the living to the land of the dead, and vice versa. And this is the man, the boatsman, that steers the boat so we can cross over to a totally different existence. So this bridge here we are holding, and there's no fear. Mercury has no fear because he's everything and he sees everything and he can be everything. There is a strong truth in always being connected. Always being connected. It's impossible not to be connected. Just feel this. Especially in times where we seem to get our fears triggered a lot. These, just the holding these two places, the lower back region where, you know, just the section, the end of the your thoracic vertebral region and the beginning of the lumbar region and the front here. This is strongly helping us to have no fear, to feel connected. Here is where we feel connected to spirit. And here in the back we feel connected, that we are always safe, that we always taken care of. A connectedness to existence, to trust. Sometimes we are crossing bridges. Sometimes we are burning bridges. And I don't know if that's possible for you. You can just at least think about it, even if you can't reach it. We could move a bit higher, just a tiny bit higher. So we will be in this area below the shoulder blade. And again, you can use the back of your hand, just as, you know, you can be generous in this lower third of your thoracic. This is about the region where another safety energy lock is living, which is safety energy lock number 9. And safety energy lock number 9 resonates a lot with burning bridges. Letting go of the past, just letting go. And once the river is crossed, once we are on the other side, there's no going back. It is over. There's no going back. And this is, you know, for me, not by accident that this safety energy lock 9 lives a bit higher than the 23. And we're really fulfilling a cycle. We are really ready to move on to a totally new world, a totally new reality. So if this is something that resonates with you, it's about the art of letting go, so complete that we don't go back. We don't even look back. So this is also a powerful combination of moving on, crossing the bridge, you know, just a tiny piece of funny information at the end of this little meditation with each other. We soon will see that Mercury, the actual planet in the sky, will move retrograde, which means has a lot of this, what we just did, a lot of thinking before we say something, an extra little turn before we say our opinions and fight for them. A Mercury time where we listen first inside before we speak it outside. And it's about a lot of inner listening. an inner listening. So I hope you enjoy this. I always do, you know, and I love it. And I love that you all joined in and experiment with me. And again, Mercury is extremely important right now. For, you know, I don't have to explain this to you. You just have to, you know, open your eyes and look around. You know, it's very important. So have fun. And thank you, Terry, for holding the space here. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That was, well, I find whenever I'm doing, or hosting, I should say, these We Are Ones, I do the practice and then I'm away, you could say, with the fairies and the pixies. I have to realign myself and
don't just stay with the pixies. I love it.
Yeah.
Just go there.
Yeah. So that was really, truly an exquisite presentation. So thank you, Petra. Really appreciate it.
I just wanted to mention also, I mean, I once in a while see you guys in English here on this We Are One, but my colleagues here, you know, we have plenty of wonderful classes online now, special topic classes, study classes. So I just like to invite you to join some of them if you're into that. And I see you some other time. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Petra. Thank you, everyone, for sharing with us. And we look forward again to seeing you on Wednesday with the next We Are One. So have a beautiful day and a beautiful rest of the week. Thank you all.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.